Well, I suppose this is going to be the last one before I retire for the evening. New job, St. Roseville, California. It's the last hour and some odd minutes before. Roughly. It's a waste when the people who are suffering the most, the ones who are undergoing the mental health hell that they're going through. I feel like it's too late to celebrate days like this. I just only grasp maybe the last few seconds if possible. Celebratory, something to feel part of instead of feeling totally cheated about. There's also another question probably postulating at this point, is how can the mental health be so articulate? If I am so screwed up in the head, how can they be so articulate and clear speaking and clear-minded? How come I'm trying to use such fanciful words if I'm mentally deranged or something? You'd be surprised that a functional person who's got mental health illness at times can be lucid enough to express what they're feelings, and at other times be so screwed up that they're not able to get it out. I've had encounters with people like that, and I've seen myself going through the same situation myself, so yes, I do count myself as one of them. And not very fun either. I felt like I cheated myself this year, as I felt like I've cheated myself the other years. When loss and grief kick in, when depression steals away time, and all you have left is just a few seconds to realize what's happened. You miss much, you regret much, because the last few seconds may or may not mean as much for some, but they're everything for this person who's suffering. In my case, the same situation. In 2018, lose my brother, and lose the last semblance of a family, and lose everything that I felt my world was consisting of, everything, good me, itself inside of me. Everything that I held, everything I valued, everything that made me discombobulated, fearful, shocked, angered. I mean, you're talking about stages of grief left and right, and still trying to comprehend what the hell happened. Plus, I'm trying to find survival techniques to deal with bed bugs, which was a real physical threat. And then another threat was my lack of a roof over the head. Two major threats right there. And the third threat was an ongoing situation with my brother and an online phantom that kept haunting us. So 3 threats I had to deal with in 2018. 2019, I already had secured a roof over the head, and I already secured the infestation. Now I had to deal with the online threat, but I also had dealt with my own mental health degradations going on after the loss of my brother, and years earlier loss of mother. And when you're experiencing loss after loss of people mean a damn thing to you. It's hard to compartmentalize everything just to survive, and I barely did that for 2018. In 2019, I was still dealing with threats after threats. So when 2020 came around, every threat had to be off. It had to be neutralized, one way or another. Where I had to deal and I had to cope with myself. I had to face me. And in 2021, I've been facing more and more of how I've been trying to survive because all of my barriers have been dropped. All the security procedures inside of me relaxed, loosened, or got rid of. And all I'm left is a naked being of sorts, being flooded. All the emotions hitting at the same time with the loss and the grief, the memories are stripping away any happiness or anything positive that I may have felt for a holiday like this, to experience and share the joy with other people. It also helps tear apart a person, especially when he realizes he ain't going to get any more Christmas presents for the family that's already been dead for a long time. No more physical packages. Unless, of course, I physically wrap up the package and pretend it's them. But in reality check, I already know my brain's telling me it ain't going to cut it, dude. Because it ain't from them. It's from you. And it kind of hurts. Because Christmas, I usually don't get myself Christmas presents all that much. Or it's just always for everybody else. And then doing stuff for myself felt like the most selfish, self-righteous, egotistical, opposite end of what the holiday season was supposed to be for me. Because I was always supposed to be giving to somebody else, or being in service, and always getting outside myself, always. When you're in 12-step programs and you go to religious services, that's always been told and taught to you. That stay outside yourself, nothing for you. And if you happen to be for you, it seems like I'm either a Scrooge or a Grinch. People can treat themselves during the holiday seasons. But the thing is, the one thing I wanted to treat, the people I wanted to treat so much, is the people that have already been dead already, that have been passed on. My mother, my brother, gone. History. Never to be here again on this planet. Never to the words are now escaping me at this point over here, because when the feelings are coming up in this situation, there is no specific, there's nothing written in the languages to describe it. We're coming close to it. So I have to muddle through it as best as I can. During the season of the winter, it's the worst season I could ever survive through. Not to mention marking age of my own time passing next year. Getting close to that birthday, that natal birthday of mine. But I also have to mark the passing of my mother at the end of the winter session. And then wait several more months until my brother's time, when his passing anniversary comes up. And then I gotta start the calendar all over again. And who knows whether or not if I'm going to be feeling or articulating anything during that time. Am I going to be a complete blithering idiot? Am I actually going to be able to focus and function like a quote-unquote normal human being? Am I going to be able to shove everything else back into the box or back into the coffin, wherever it should go into, and just buried it alive, never to be seen again, hopefully? The problem is, since it's already been out and wreaking havoc in my life at SNF, it's hard to put things like this into words. It's hard to put it into a perspective, or into context. Unless you guys have been through it already. Unless you feel like your life's already been, feel like it's already been destroyed and you don't know how to get it rebuilt except one stone at a time. It's the only thing you can do. It's the only thing I've been doing. And at the point I have to focus on me. I have to focus on me, not sharing with anybody else, except if I, if I can, fine. If I can't, then I focus on me. I focus on my own survival, my own life being rebuilt. And I'll focus on somebody else. Because I don't have what it takes to focus on somebody else right now. I've already focused enough on other people. When do I start focusing on myself to get myself rebuilt? And hopefully not into someone who's going to be chiseling things in life out of people left and right. And turns out to be a major character in a book that's a real rotten son of a bitch. Or worse, going after a damn problem like he's hell on earth. Hell has no fury because this guy has to torment a creature that has tormented him once. Because of the profession he already had picked out a long time ago. Anyway, the season meant something. It still does. He's on there with goodwill towards man. Actually, goodwill towards him. Period. Goodwill towards everything and everybody. Even those who have forgotten about us. Put us to the side. Left us alone. The only thing I can tell them is Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Let's hope next year will be better and kinder to both of us. Let us hope that celebrations will be plentiful and meaningful next year. Because this year is winding down and this year sucks. If we can't celebrate each other, if we can't celebrate life itself, even the last few moments of this holiday, this specific holiday like this, it doesn't mean a damn thing after all. Wear shit like this to demonstrate something to people. Granted, this hat's going to be lighting up for New Year's. And I wanted this hat for Christmas lit up as well. I'm saving the batteries for New Year's. But the batteries I've already installed for the lights are for this holiday. Simply a reminder that there is still good things out there in life. There's still bright and cheerful something. And at a whim, out of control, they can be fluctuating and changing with the times. Going with instead of going against. And remind me that some things do actually matter. Even though I may not understand it. I may not comprehend it. I may go nuts over it. But at least I can say to myself that some things do matter the most. My Christmas gift to you all. Clarity. Compassion. Empathy. I haven't got much to give except wisdom. I hope it benefits. Merry Christmas to one and all.